Well, I always knew that volunteering was the way to get into a good career path. When I was in college in Alberta, I started making connections and getting work experience through volunteering. So when I moved to Victoria, it was a no-brainer to get involved volunteering with the CPRS and other organizations in Victoria. And then that way I built up my work experience, I got my resume good to go, and then I got the job at the chamber just purely based on my volunteer work. While I was doing my education in communications, I did a lot of work in the hospitality industry. So a lot of banquets, restaurants, events, and that was great because I got to bring the experiences and the connections that I had made through event coordination to the table when I started volunteering with CPRS VI. And that was really interesting because now I've come into this events director role with the CPRS VI board, and I have the connections I wouldn't normally have had without that previous history in hospitality. So, and then I also have my communications degree now. So combined with the two, I was able to get a role as a events and communications coordinator and then move into more of a communications specific path with the province of BC now.
I've always looked for opportunities to meet other people who shared my enthusiasm for whatever it was I was doing. And the best way to do that was to volunteer to help out at events. You know, sometimes when you're younger, it's a case of you can't afford to go to the events, but you're certainly willing to move chairs, set up tables, move people around if they need drivers, you know, whatever the event. And often that was a way to then get your ticket to be able to go and watch and help. And sometimes even get to meet people in a way you didn't used to, you know. I mean, as a volunteer, I had the luxury of driving Pamela Wallen all over Toronto, you know, which was kind of fun. She's a really nice woman, and I got to know her a lot better. We were both journalists. She's from Saskatchewan. I was from Saskatchewan. You know, we spent an entire day together, and I drove her to different interviews, and then she did a piece for our conference. And I mean, those are the kinds of things that you get as a volunteer. They're personally rewarding. But also as you get older and as you move through your profession, you find volunteering is a really effective way for you to be able to give back to the organization or to the profession that has given a lot to you.
There's a lot of responsibility having a membership that give you money, and they want to see, you know, representation, they want to see events, they want to see results. You have a board of volunteers and you are a volunteer yourself, and you have to wrangle it all together and make sure that you're delivering value to members, while at the same time finding a way to raise the profile of the organization, gather new members, and continue on in a fiscally responsible way. So there's a lot of responsibility to it that I have grown into and really appreciate having the opportunity to do.